I don't really know what I believe, and I don't think I care.
Because if you have no need, you have no reason to listen to the gospel. A full-time vocational minister.
There are a lot of people who are like more progressively Christian or grew up more progressive who are able to reconcile some of those things with their faith because they're not taught the world is black or white and those are your two options.
Christianity is like a Jenga tower. Once you remove the bottom blocks, the whole thing comes crumbling down.
Yeah, and like we're never gonna understand an all-powerful deity.
Hello, my name is Collier, and this is the Hopefully Wandering podcast. Today I'm joined by my co-host,
Elijah.
And we are bringing you a new episode. If this is your first time joining us, we like to talk about a lot of things, leaving evangelicalism, wandering through what comes next, whether that be philosophy, spirituality, pop culture differences, anything. We just like to explore and wonder. So that's what you're getting into. Good luck. Thank you for listening, and buckle up because you always need a seatbelt when you are listening to our podcast. We are doing an episode today about a few different things. I think Elijah is going to tee up what we're talking about, and then we'll start with a little trivia game or something, I believe.
I think we need like a Seinfeld like slap bass riff, just like between segments of the show.
Yeah, no, you should like plug in your amp and do that live. Just put the amp to the mic. I don't know. I couldn't hear that. The bass isn't plugged in. Get an acoustic bass and then do that every single time.
Yeah. That's going to be so bad on the recorded, like the audio only format. It makes sense if you look at the video, which hopefully it's up, but whatever. Anyways, we're going to talk about, so for the last 3 months, I have been part of a devilish scheme. A scheme which 3 of us knew about and 1 of us did not.
Mm-hmm.
Myself.
I was the one.
That Talon and Michaela had planned for me and Talon to come up to New York City and surprise Collier. And it was really, really obvious because we would text about it. And then Michaela would have to delete the text before you send the podcast audio over her iMessage account.
Through her iMessage.
Through her iMessage.
Yeah, no, the only time I got slightly suspicious was when I was like, oh, I'm going to do a podcast. And she says, oh, okay, I'll help you set it up. And I was like, what?
Yeah, she's like, so Taylor and I flew up to New York City a couple weeks ago and showed up at Collier's front doorstep after 10 flights of stairs to surprise him. And I think Collier, you were so shocked. I
was super shocked.
An inkling.
No, I really didn't. Yeah, because basically Michaela said that we were going to hang out with other friends that weekend, and but she was like, "There's going to be a surprise." So I was like, "Okay, I guess they're going to take us somewhere to a new restaurant or experience. I guess that's what the surprise is." So it didn't cross my mind. Like I had no thought that Elijah and Taylor would be coming to New York. So yeah, I was like completely shocked.
Yeah.
I've never been that surprised, I think, before by anything actually. So good job. Like you guys pulled it off so well.
Good. You needed it. You needed some spice in your life, Collier. But this was my first time traveling to New York City, someplace that you've lived for 6 months, longer than that.
5 or 6, something like that. Yeah.
And remind me of the part of New York City that you live in again.
East Harlem. Technically,
East Harlem?
It's
Okay.
in Manhattan. Yeah. So
Okay.
it's like just north of the Upper East Side in Manhattan.
You like down in it. You like in New York.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, we're in Manhattan. We're in the island, baby. We got Got the 6 train right there, like 2 blocks from us. So yeah, we're there. We're in it.
It was a very eye-opening experience getting to come down there. Like, you blew my little like country Kentucky little Baptist church brain, okay?
Yeah, I mean, we did lots of walking. We went kind of all over, but no, it's a big difference. But yeah, I mean, I think that I was shocked about like our neighborhood and how relatively small it is to the rest of Manhattan. So yeah, I mean, there's some, we can get into that later, but there's some probably misconceptions that got shattered or changed a little bit. Yeah, it's been eye-opening for me living here as well. Like, it's been a great experience, but definitely very, very different than little old Kentucky.
It's very true. Well, Collier, are you ready to play How Well Do You Know Your City?
All right, I am. Are you ready to play too? Because
no,
I've got some off the cuff Louisville facts for you too. Do you want to do Louisville, or I can look up some like Mount Washington or Shelbyville.
No. We'll do Louisville.
Let's do Louisville. You reside in Louisville right now.
Yeah. I live in Louisville now, finally, because I was in like Mount Washington, Shelbyville, wherever.
All right, let's see. I'm predicting I'm going to get about 2 of these questions right. So
do you want to like go back
happens.
and forth? Do you like want to ask a Louisville and then a New York one, or do you want to do them all? Like, what do you want to do?
Yeah. Let's go back and forth.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, I guess I'll start off with Louisville then.
Okay. I'm gonna get this so wrong, dude, and I've lived here a while. I know like 2 facts about Louisville.
All right. Well, let's see. What is the name of the county in which the Louisville Metro, or the technical Louisville city, is in?
Jefferson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had to start off kind of easy.
Okay, that's fair. I thought this was like a trick question. That's why I was like, Jefferson?
All right. Well, I did say Louisville Metro, which I think encompasses other counties, maybe. So that was a trick question, but like.
Yeah, that's fair. Because it's slowly kind of expanding outwards.
Yeah, like everything, all the surrounding counties are kind of considered Louisville, which is cool. But all right, let's see if I can get anything about New York City, the nation's capital. Kidding.
I'm trying to think how to phrase this. What kind of American staple food was first served in America in New York City?
Oh shit. The hot dog?
You're on the right track, but no, it's actually pizza.
Oh, okay. That was my other guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
New York is home to America's first pizzeria.
Wow. Nice. I wonder if it's still up. That'd be cool.
Let me see. Lombardi's Pizza?
Lombardi's. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it might still be up. I would not doubt it. Yeah.
So
okay.
There's your fun fact.
All right. Awesome. Okay. Let's see. So Louisville, Kentucky, the state's largest city, was once given which ominous nickname? I'll give you the options here, okay? Because this is crazy. Graveyard to the west, Town of Despair, Mudhole on the River, or Death's Haven.
God. Tell me one more time.
Yeah, so what did Louisville's ominous nickname used to be? Graveyard to the west, Town of Despair, Mudhole on the River, or Death's Haven?
Mudhole on the River.
It's a good guess. It is Graveyard to the West.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because back in the days of Daniel Boone, apparently there was a great many insect-borne diseases. So it was like, it was a passage to the west. It's like not too far after the Appalachian Mountains.
Oh.
And because of all the diseases, I guess tons of people died. So
Welcome to the shithole. That's funny. Collier, what was New York City's original name?
Oh, I guess it had something to do with
I'll give you a hint.
England.
It used to be controlled by the Dutch, who settled it first.
Ooh. Was it like New Holland?
That's close. It's New Amsterdam.
Oh, New Amsterdam. Okay.
New Amsterdam.
Okay.
Before the English came in and just took it all, which is kind of the story of most of history.
Damn. Yeah. Yep. England swipes everything from the Dutch.
I mean, I like
Okay.
the Brits now, but like they were kind of fuckers back in the day, like they just took it all.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah. I mean, they colonized like every place that they could possibly find. So, yeah. Fuck the British. What is the symbol for the city of Louisville?
Oh, it's on that. Is it? And I may be getting this wrong with the Kentucky flag, but is it that like white guy shaking the Native American's hand?
No, that's the Kentucky flag. No, Louisville's different.
We're trying to be inclusive. We're trying. Is it like a wreath?
Yeah, close. Yeah, it's the Florida Lee.
Florida Lee. Okay, yeah.
Which is the same thing. Like I have a pair of Louisville socks, and every time I wear them, someone will go, "Oh, you a Saints fan?" Because it's the same exact symbol as the Saints, and it's the same symbol as the Boy Scouts. So everyone uses it. It's a pretty symbol, but like everyone uses it.
That's what I was thinking of, I think, because I remember seeing that sign with scouting all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of got, intermingled, but still technically wrong.
Yeah.
So in New York City, the most filmed and like film credited location in the world resides in New York. Can you guess what part of Manhattan it is?
It's in Manhattan or in...
I'll give you Manhattan. What part of Manhattan is the most filmed location in the whole world? It has 530 movie credits. Only seconded by Trafalgar Square in London.
Oh, like a small location. Okay. Is it... I don't know the name of it, but is it that that bridge in Central Park that was in like Home Alone 2 when he runs away from the robbers?
I'll give you credit. It is Central Park.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, just Central Park in
Just
general.
Central Park.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes
Central
sense.
Park
Yeah.
has over 530 movie credits at the time of this article's writing.
Damn. So the first time that Michaela visited New York with her family, they actually saw Amy Adams and Patrick Dempsey filming Enchanted.
Really?
So I don't know what year that was, like 05 or 06, whenever, like a year before that movie came out. Yeah, they were in Central Park and like saw them filming, so they just got to watch the scene. The scene, how does she know that you love her? That scene.
Yeah.
But no, that makes sense. Yeah, lots of stuff filmed there. All right. I'm just like, I found this stuff on a website because
oh my
I just wanted
God.
to make it hard for you. I'm gonna be so surprised if you get this. In 1873, Louisville druggist John Colgan invented something that you can find in just about every grocery store in the world. What was it? I'll give you a hint. It's in like the candy snack type of realm. Yeah.
It's not the potato chip, is it?
No.
No,
My hint might
I
have been
know
even worse for you.
because I know that Louisville is home to like the song "Happy Birthday," and I know the
Oh, yeah.
cheeseburger was also invented in Louisville.
Ooh. Okay. This isn't it, but it's chewing gum.
What?
First chewing gum. A druggist in Louisville was the first one who invented it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. The first chewing gum was called Taffy Tolu.
Taffy Tolu. Okay.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah, I would not have known that either.
No. All right, Collier. Where was Lady Liberty made?
France.
That's correct. Good
Yes.
job. Someone paid attention in their history course.
Yes. And in National Treasure too. Is it in that one? I think it's in that one.
Oh, probably.
Oh, this is gonna be tough, but you might get it. Which Louis is Louisville named for? King Louis, the French monarch. I'll give you the options here.
Oh no.
I mean, obviously, it was named for one of the King Louis. Was it Louis II, Louis XIV, Louis XII, or Louis XVI?
I'm just gonna say 16th.
Let's see. It was oh my god, I'm sorry. The side I went to didn't let me see the answer. Give me just a
No,
second.
we'll never know, Collier.
I know, we'll never know. Okay, while I look that up, how many of the banners on Louisville? So Louisville has lots of banners.
Okay.
That say like this person's Louisville or Louisville's this person. Like all over downtown.
Yeah.
How many of those can you name?
None.
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 Come on, you've driven on the bridge. You've seen the signs.
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, that's one.
I don't know.
Jennifer Lawrence is the newest one, I think.
What?
Yeah, I mean J-Law's from Louisville. So is Tom Cruise.
Oh, oops.
Tom Cruise is not on there though. I'm not sure why, but yeah, Jennifer Lawrence.
I don't know
is on
anymore.
there.
I'm sorry.
I don't either actually.
You
I knew those two.
Motherfucker.
I knew those two. I just I knew you wouldn't know any more than those two. So, okay, and it was Louis XVI. So is
I
that
was
what you
right.
guessed?
I was
I
right.
think, yeah. Okay.
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Collier, how much of New York, percentage-wise, do you think is reserved for public parks? Is it A, 2%, B, 8%, C, 15%, or D, 22%?
Sorry, what was B again?
8.
8%?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I'll go with 8.
8. It's actually 22% of New York's land is used for public parks.
Wow. Okay. That makes sense. I mean, I guess Central Park takes up even like a big portion of it. But
big
there are lots of
fucking
parks,
chunk.
surprisingly. Yeah. Okay.
I've got one
wow.
more after this, and then this trivia side is shit.
All right. Okay. Last one then. Louisville became the center of horse racing attention when Churchill Downs opened its doors for the first time. Sorry. The first Kentucky Derby was run that day. Which horse won?
Oh my god.
A. Aristides. B. Secretariat. C. Man o' War. Or 4. Vagrant.
Secretariat.
It was A. Aristides.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. It was 1875.
Oh my god.
Secretariat. I think Secretariat won. I think he won the most.
It had
maybe,
to be
or
early.
like. Yeah.
That's before he killed himself,
No,
right?
he was early. Yeah, before he jumped off the Rogers Clark Memorial Bridge. Yes.
In Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah, the view from halfway down.
Oh god. Collier. So, the Empire State Building, fun fact, has its own zip code. Do you know what it is?
Oh shit. Starts with a 1, obviously. Let me go with 10013.
You actually aren't that far off. It's 10118.
Okay. Yeah. Not super far off. Okay. I'm happy enough with that.
Yeah. It's also the 6th tallest building in the country. And the 4th tallest building in New York City.
Damn. Yeah.
New York, baby.
Sorry we didn't go up the Empire State Building while you were here.
Damn. I wanted
Didn't
to
get
see,
on any roofs.
I want to see capitalism at its finest, Collier. How dare you not take me up there?
I know. Oh, wait. We did get on one roof. Did we get on April's roof? I think we did.
Yeah, we did get on April's roof.
The first night, yeah.
All 4 floors.
Yep. Awesome. Okay. Well, I got, what, like 2 right?
You got 2.
Yeah. That's what I guess I would get. Okay.
Was that like half? Or
I don't even know. I mean, you got a fair amount right.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
You got a lot of good ones.
We'll say it's a tie.
Sure. I mean, I think you got more right than me, but we'll see. When we listen back, we can crown a winner.
We crown a winner.
then. Yeah.
So, Collier, we've had multiple episodes about New York City. We've had the episode when April came on, which is really fun.
That's right. Yeah.
They've been. Let me say this: they've been New York adjacent because she.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like she only talked about New York there, but it was definitely a big part of her story. And then we talked about it a lot when we talked about your like deconstruction follow-up. But
oh yeah,
it was a very eye-opening experience because dear listeners, if you are listening from the Louisville Metro, Kentucky area, cities like New York, Chicago, California are stigmatized as these fucking liberal, agnostic, atheist cesspools that people go to when they want to live a life of sin. I mean, I have a very near and dear family member that firmly believes that California should be bombed in the United States and fall off into the ocean. Everyone should die there.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I
wish I could make that up.
Orange County, California is one of the biggest Republican hubs like in the nation in this world.
But
probably not.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, no, I mean that's what I'd heard, definitely. Mm-hmm.
Going there and visiting was like I said, very eye-opening. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be at all, and mostly all for the better.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. And yeah, just like the way that it opened your mind or changed misconceptions or anything like that. Yeah, I forget exactly what I talked about in my deconstruction story, but I know one of the things that you had mentioned when we were talking, and one of the things that I believe I mentioned in that episode was about the anonymity of New York and
Yes.
not being watched. Because if you're from Louisville or probably most smaller towns or especially southern cities, you kind of feel like everyone's watching you and sort of judging you. In Louisville, especially, like it's hard to go to Kroger and not like bump into somebody you know or see somebody and try to avoid them. So New York doesn't really have that issue, you know. Like you can be. I mean, even when I was like dressed up on Halloween, I didn't really feel like I was getting weird looks, you know. Like you can be wearing whatever you want. You can dance in the middle of the street and people aren't really going to mind. They're just going to walk right past you.
I love that so much because Talon and I have been really struggling with that aspect of Louisville because, like, let's be honest, growing up, like at Southeast specifically, you know half the fucking town. You know half the rich white fuckers in town.
No, especially on the East End. Yeah, like it's hard to go anywhere without seeing Southeast people.
Bro, I see my exes all the time because we're both people in our 20s who like coffee shops, okay? I mean, it just is what it is. I saw Awaken Worship in the Quills the other day.
And all the coffee shops are owned by Christians too. Like
they are.
Heine Bros, Soonergas, Quills, they're all Christian
Wait. Heine Bros is?
I might be wrong about that. I know Quills and Soonergas are. Heine Bros, I'm not positive on.
Okay, I knew Soonergas was, and I think
I was surprised the Quills was. I learned that last year.
Yeah, but it's funny because like Quills employs a lot of people who I don't think are Christian sometimes.
Yeah, no, totally. Which is like, that's what was interesting. Is like it's seems a lot more of like a liberal type of coffee shop. A lot of their stores do. So I was surprised that like they are
deceiving.
Christian, yeah,
it's the cool Reformed kids.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, this turned into a Louisville thing, but it's just you can't go anywhere without seeing anyone you know, bro. The only people you knew in New York was when like you went to the wine shop and you knew the guy who owned it. Like that's it. Those are the only people that you saw you knew when you were out. Didn't see anyone.
Yeah. I think I met somebody at a singing class, like meetup group. Like one of the first weeks we were here, we went to this group that was doing singing, something called circle singing. You should look it up. It's really cool. And I saw that dude on the street like the next week, which was really weird because it's, I don't know, like more than 1 million people here. It's crazy. But other than that, yeah, like I don't see anyone I know.
What do you feel about that?
I mean, I love it. I mean, it's a couple different things. It makes you intentional about like hanging out with people, you know. There's also no there's not like that weird thing where you're like you run into somebody and you say, "Oh, it's been a while, like hey, we should hang out, like let's grab coffee sometime," and then you both know you're not going to do it.
You're not going to do it.
You don't really have that much in New York because you don't run into people. So if you want to grab coffee with someone, if you want to hang out, you will text them and you'll say, "Hey, let's hang out. Let's do something." It's very rare that you will run into a friend or an old acquaintance outside.
Right.
And I think that's really cool. You know, at the same time, it has like a lot of opportunity to meet people. So everywhere I've gone, like I went to a karaoke bar by myself with a friend I made from Reddit. You know, and I met a few people there. But I feel like in the bars, even like half the people I've met at bars are from out of town. So I'm probably never going to see them again. So it's it's very freeing feeling like you can be whoever you want to be. Um, I enjoy that because I feel like I'm not being held to some kind of standard or being like each time I meet a new person, they don't have a preconceived notion of who I am. They just know the person that is in front of them at that point in time. And what's kind of cool, like what I've been thinking about recently, just random little offshoot here, is that like I don't even have to be any specific person. I can like fucking lie about my entire life if I want to. Like, I can say I work wherever. I can say I do anything. Like that's just in general in society. You don't have to like why do we feel like we have to like be super upfront and honest with strangers because we don't have to. Not saying I do that, but like just it's a weird thing where you can be whatever version of yourself you want to be. If I'm depressed one day, then I can like show them my depressed version. If I'm like super giddy and really like in a dancing mood, then somebody might meet me in that mood and think that's who I am. And I think that's great. Like that's so cool that I can be these different people at these different times. And it really helps me with my self-expression because I'm figuring out who I am. So the ability for me to interact with other people as these like sort of different personas really helps me establish that because I'll be like, oh, that persona that I was putting on, it's not really who I am. But I can figure that out, whereas in Louisville or something, like even at the bars that we go to or coffee shops, we're probably still going to see somebody. And then it's just, there's a weird pressure when you see people that you've known from your past that they think something about you. And you can't be a completely new person if you want to be.
Yeah. I'm jealous of that with you. I'm a little envious because I still, this is something Taylor and I talk about all the time, is I still have a really big struggle to take off that face, that mask that like I grew from working in the church, like from the evangelicalism. Like I have such a hard time turning that off. I meet someone in public. Oh, hi, how are you? Are you doing well? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It's just so disingenuous and it's so second natured that it's like, I don't think it's who I am, but it's become integrated in my personality just to like turn on this face thing. And I'm just hearing from you that you don't have to at all.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I struggle with the same thing, like I think both of us from really mostly the church and our upbringing have struggled with being incredible people pleasers. And like, we've both, I think, I mean, speaking for myself, and maybe this applies to you as well, I think it does, we've become really good at putting on the face that we know that those people want us to put on. So we can change that, we can change that face depending on who we're with. And like, especially if it's a new person that we're meeting or something, then it's very easy to fall into that. So while I don't think that I've like mastered that part of myself, it's been nice in New York to have the freedom to experiment more and to try, like I've tried sometimes to not like mask or put on that people pleasing front.
Yeah. I've seen that more with you recently. Especially like with you wearing less like cishet male things. Like I've seen you just try to see who you really are. I mean, like experiment with things, not in like a bad way, but just like, hey, I've never got the chance to see if this is who I am, where you would have a harder time with that in Louisville. Because there would be that
totally
pressure of seeing people and having to explain yourself, blah, blah, blah. No one's even going to bat an eye.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Like, so when I signed up for my job, filled out the forms and stuff, I put like they, them pronouns in my job bio, and that's something that I'm doing right now. So like my pronouns are they, them. And,
Oh my God, have I used he him this whole time? And Collier, you should have told me.
You know, I should have. Yeah, I don't think. I just like asked Michaela about it or told her like reminded her to use them today, because like I haven't like told anyone that I've known previously, really.
I'm
but the people that
putting your
meeting
pronouns in the participants.
Yeah, pronouns in bio now.
Yeah.
But no, like, so that's the thing though. Like, I mean, so I didn't even tell like you because I see
I'm a little hurt now.
Good. No, I mean, yeah, which I guess like I should have told you for sure. But no, like I changed like all my kind of profile stuff to they them pronouns, and it's so not like I was feeling so like I was like, oh man, they think of me as he him, like it's gonna be so hard to erase that picture of me and replace it with a non-binary picture. But then I realized these people at work do not know me. They met me 4 months ago, and I put my pronouns as they them. So as far as they're concerned, like they've all referred to me with those pronouns. They have like welcomed me into like queer spaces and stuff like that. And it was kind of a shock for me, honestly, that like they didn't see me as like male, and that they didn't have a hard time with that because I was so used to everyone else in my life. It's more of a transition, you know? Like yeah, sorry, that was a random like rabbit trail there.
No.
But that's one way that I've been like reinventing myself, re-exploring myself, and it's been really nice because like I said, yeah, like I don't have to explain to anyone that I'm changing. You know, like it's not like I'm saying, hey, I know you knew me as like a cishet man, but I'm non-binary, my pronouns are they them. Like I haven't had to have that conversation because all I've done is simply had my email signature as they them, and everyone at work has respected it because like that's what I signed up as, you know?
They're used to that.
Like no one, yeah, people don't like misgender me there because they never knew anything else. And it was a realization, like, I mean, honestly, the last couple weeks where I was like, okay, I guess they didn't have any other idea of who I was, because everyone else in my life did. And, you know, I think that would be exceptionally hard to do in Louisville, just because of it was where I'm from, you know? So yeah, I know probably over 1,000 people through Southeast that are in Louisville, and all of them, you know, know me how I was in high school. So it'd be really weird to try to like shatter or change any type of my personality around that city. Whereas here it's like super easy, not only because it's a new place, but also because New York is also extremely, I mean, almost like apathetic. Like it's not a big deal, you know? Nothing's a big deal here. They don't care.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing that all happened like after you moved to NYC, because like it was hard enough coming out as like, you know, agnostic atheist in this environment.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's nowhere near as hard as coming out of a different like either gender identity or sexuality here. Because like just hypothetically, what if I started dating a guy? Like what if I came out as like homosexual here in Louisville? That would be honestly even harder than being like agnostic atheist. People would lose their shit. Yeah. Oh, they would. No, I mean, and people in Louisville are talking about this podcast and whatever, but you know, if you posted a picture of you kissing a guy and with a new boyfriend, or if I like, I don't know, if I like made a big statement about being non-binary and like was in Louisville, everyone would talk about it. And yes,
yeah, like it's much harder. Whereas here in New York, I mean, honestly, I think that people in New York would be super chill if I reinvent myself, you know, after they got to know me, because that's, like I said, more the culture of New York. They're more chill with all that. They're like, okay, yeah, like you do you, that's awesome, I'll respect you. But in Louisville, yeah, like if I was to change gender or sexuality, everyone would be like, oh my God, did you hear this? Did you hear about them? Did you hear what they're doing?
You're not even like changing, you're discovering this about yourself. You may have, always felt like you were non-binary, but never had that opportunity to explore that because of the environment here.
Oh, totally. Which, like, this isn't just a Southern thing, but like a cultural thing is like, I mean, when I was in high school and middle school and stuff, people called me metrosexual, which is like the weirdest fucking term, dude. But like, yeah, remember, like that was popular like back then, like in the late 2000s, early 2010s.
It just sounds
that term
so
metro
stupid.
Or metrosexual. Yeah, and like essentially, it just meant like a straight guy who took care of himself, like a straight guy who used moisturizer or who cared about fashion.
Yeah.
But like people will call me that. And so like, yeah, I mean, it has been a discovery. You're right. Thank you. Like it hasn't been me like deciding something. It's been more of just me discovering myself.
Yeah.
And so I've looked back at all those times and yeah, I remember when people were calling me Metro all the time back in like middle school and high school. And I was like, huh, they were onto it. That they were onto me. I wasn't, but they were.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I don't think, and this is just me personally, I don't think just because you like to dress a little differently and like to use moisturizer even means that you're anything. Okay, you don't even.
Totally.
You don't have to be a they them just because you take care of your body compared to the normal cishet dude who just shits in his pants here. I mean, but it doesn't equate to anything.
No, I mean, definitely that's not like the reason at all.
For sure.
Yeah, like I think cishet guys are totally valid and should, explore with whatever fashion they want to. If they want to shop in the women's section, and buy some stuff, then like that's amazing. And I love that. And you can be completely straight, completely cis and do that. And that's amazing.
Guess what? Anything can mean anything. And the only person who's the expert on it is you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
but Collier, I'm so mad at you for letting me misgender you.
I know. No, I'm sorry. I was and that's another thing where like I've been struggling with that. Like I put that like I kind of like soft launched it out there like with my job, with my new work, just like putting the pronouns out there, but I didn't really talk to anyone about it.
Yeah.
And like I've had discussions with Michaela, but like it's just been the last couple of weeks where I'm like, you know what? I'm actually going to like be fully like out and proud about that. And yeah, so I mean, I should have had a conversation with you before just now.
No, it's
but I was planning on like talking to you about it anyway.
I saw the soft launch of he/they on your profile. That was the soft launch.
Yeah. No, exactly. And I think I changed that now. But that was also a thing where I was like, the reason I did that was more because I was scared, of the majority of my Instagram followers and whatever are people that have known me for several years, since I was young. So like, yeah, I was just nervous, and that's why I did that. And I was like, you know what? Why am I doing that? Like, which version do I feel better in? And I feel better and I feel more seen when people, refer to me without specific gendered pronouns. So like, and like, it's not like I'm like pissed when people misgender me or anything, but like, I just feel more seen when they acknowledge it. So I was like, okay, if that's the case, then I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to take a stand and like, actually change things on social media, whatever. And yeah. But no, I think that I would have had a much harder time in Louisville because even like I've bought a few women's tops in the women's section of some stores in Louisville. I was just exploring with fashion and everything. And unless we were playing a show like at Mayglow, I was, if I was to wear one of those shirts out to a coffee shop on just a regular coffee shop date with Michaela or something, I feel like I would be wearing it as taking a stand.
Yes.
I'd be making a statement by wearing this shirt.
Oh my God.
And here it's not, here I'm very free to wear whatever shirt I want. And I don't have to make a statement with it. But yeah, Louisville, it would be like, oh my God, that's a guy that looks like a man who's wearing a shirt that doesn't look like a man's shirt. Wow.
Wow.
I didn't want to do that, you know? I was like, unless I'm in a fighting mood, I didn't want to do that in Louisville.
And man, I just feel really bad for like trans people here too, because of like the way this Southern culture is, they stick out like a sore thumb comparatively. And I hate that for them.
No, totally. Yeah, I mean, like at the time of recording this, I know there was like one of the most discriminatory anti-trans bills in the nation.
Yes!
Was passed. Governor Bashir vetoed it, which is super cool. But you know, who knows what's going to happen? I don't know about the legislature if they're able to override that. Are they going to? They're probably going to keep coming with more, you know, with more bills. So,
my God, dude. Terrible.
Yeah, I mean that's a whole different topic, but we can get back onto the topic too.
We got way off of New York City
and what you thought, but yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Another one, similar vein, but like, I know there may be some historic precedents for this in like the 1980s, but like I felt really safe going out at night on your streets. Because, okay, so again, to be fair, for a time and a few decades ago, yes, maybe police did not monitor the streets in Harlem as well as they should have. I've seen something about that. But I saw a lot, like, honestly, most people didn't even bat an eye at me. No one even looked at me the wrong way. Mm-hmm. People who maybe in Louisville, you'd be like, oh, walk on the other side. No one cares.
Yeah. No, it's really interesting. The dynamic here too of like even the ones who like have horrible problems with drugs and everything and like are addicts or people like that are acting a little scary, I guess, on the streets. I don't think we encountered really that many while you were in here, like that many people that were like feeling a little bit like scary. But after a week or so of living here, I realized that like they really are harmless here in New York. Like people like that they aren't really going to attack you. It's like very rare that they will. I mean, sure, there's lots of crime in New York, but there's lots of people in New York, so like, of course, there's going to be crime.
You have to average it out like per capita too. There's more people there, so crime is technically higher. But you like look at the percentages and the averages too.
Yeah, so like the majority of people that are like homeless people or people that are just kind of cracked out, you know, on the street or whatever, or on the subway. Like I've interacted with several of them, and either you just like don't really pay them any mind, or politely like interact with them or whatever. And like I've never really had anybody get violent. I've never really seen like any violence, you know, like there's the occasional shouting matches between people who like bump each other really hard on the subway and stuff like that. And like, that's fine. But they're never going to do anything, you know? So it is interesting. Yeah. Like I felt like I wouldn't feel as safe going back on the trains and stuff, but like I've ridden the subways at 3-4 a.m. back to my place and I felt perfectly fine. The worst thing I witnessed was I went out one time with some of April's friends, and me and one other person stayed out a little later, and we were coming back probably like 3-4 a.m. We only had to ride like 2 or 3 stops, but we got on the subway, and there was a few people on there, and so this is the worst thing I've really experienced is not bad at all. One of the people on the subway, like, halfway through the ride was like, oh. I guess she'd been out drinking like we had, and she like almost puked like all over the subway. She like, luckily the subway stopped and she was able to get out and like run to a trash can. But that's the only interesting experience I've had at 4 a.m. You know, every other time I've gone back that late, like it's been chill. There hasn't really been anybody out or anybody doing anything.
Okay, so that Monday... I'm
glad that you experienced that too, though. Like, that's interesting that you thought the same thing. Because, I wasn't sure. Like, every time the visitors come, I'm never sure how they're going to feel because there are more people and there's more different types of people that you don't see necessarily, especially in places like Louisville. So
It was
Yeah,
very
I'm
nice.
just- glad that that was your experience too.
It was very nice. That Monday that Taylor and I went out by ourselves, I will say, someone was definitely smoking crack on the train.
Oh yeah.
They were like laid down on a bench and everyone was like crammed in the other side. No one got near this person, and they smelled rank. And I looked at them, and there were just fumes coming up from outside the coat, and I'm like, that guy's high as fuck.
Ooh. Yeah.
But like,
yeah.
that's the only thing that like I experienced. I mean, there weren't a lot of bathrooms. Kind of sucked.
Dude, that sucks. No, yeah. I mean, honestly, the other day, just coming back from work, like my bladder almost busted because like there weren't any. I had to like pick something. Went to Trader Joe's after work and then got back on the train, and it sucks that there's like no bathrooms. Yeah, that's awful.
Nowhere. Do you have them in work?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've got plenty in work, and I should have gone before I left, but there weren't any in Trader Joe's. I think most places that serve food and have a seating area are required to have them, as far as I know.
Yeah.
But unless you're buying food, you're not gonna get access to them.
No,
so.
it's locked.
Yeah. No, I mean, I haven't done it yet, but a lot of people who go out frequently, like nightlife out in the town, a lot of them get really used to peeing on the sidewalk. So
That's crazy.
yeah, which also is why like a lot of New York households don't like you to have your shoes on in the house because
Oh my
the New York
God.
sidewalks are are pretty gross. So
Dude, that's gross. But
yeah,
I understand why.
no, which also makes tons of sense why the dogs have those little booties on.
That was so
It's
cute.
the cutest thing because they like, it makes them prance. But so many dogs are wearing little foot booties because, I mean, I wouldn't want my dog to be on the nasty streets and then be on my couch. Like that would be disgusting.
No. Bro, there were a lot of dogs. Like so many.
Did you see like a lot of purebreds while you were up here? I feel like there's so
Yes.
many purebred dogs.
A lot of breeds that like I don't see very often. Excuse me. Here.
Yeah, people are rich here. They buy the rich dogs.
They have to be. Trying to think if there was anything else that I noticed while I was there. Dude, it is so easy to go out, get messed up, like totally either like because you can smoke if you want to and you don't have to operate a motor vehicle. You can go out, you can drink a lot if you want to and make it back totally fine using the train, which is kind of nice. You don't have to have a DD.
Yeah. It's nice. It makes going out so much easier. That was always the worst part. I know with us, like luckily Ellie, shout out to Ellie, would usually be like our DD. She would do that a lot. So thank God for Ellie because she would always drive us home. She's such a caring friend. But it's so nice that you don't have to have one here. Like if you don't feel like riding the subway back too, if you're either too wasted or you just don't want to, you can always call an Uber. But yeah, it's so easy here, which is so nice. And if you do call an Uber, then you don't have to go pick up your car the next day like you do if you're in Louisville.
That is true.
No, it can be dangerous though. It's much easier to become like an alcoholic here for sure. Because you can drink every day on your way home, if you want to. Like there's nothing stopping you from drinking, smoking, whatever, just like all the way home and whenever, because you never have to worry about driving. Like you're never really gonna hurt anybody with it. So it's a lot different than in a place where you do have cars and you have to be cognizant of driving ability.
Yeah. You do stay skinny though with all that walking.
Oh yeah.
I mean, even y'all are lean.
Yeah. No, I mean like I feel like I gained some weight and I had been just from my natural body metabolism finally slowing down. It's
Aw.
taken this long.
You're old
Um,
now, Collier.
Yeah, no, I've got like some stuff around my waist now, man. Like it's actually like I've got some rolls and stuff on my
Some
waist
love
now.
handles.
But yeah, I mean, but those are like, I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be hard for me to gain too much weight because I'm walking so much. And if I do feel like I need to lose weight, I'll be like, okay, well, I'll just walk to everywhere instead of riding the train. Then instead of
Oh,
I
my
can or a bike
God.
somewhere.
Do you have a bike?
I don't, but they have like city bikes that you can rent.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, haven't done it yet. I'm not sure how expensive they are, but I don't think they're that expensive.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary too, though, because like you're on the road with everybody else.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Were there like other either other stigmas or other just points of your trip or anything that you wanted to talk about?
yeah, I mean, the only really other thing I would want to hit on is just like there are a lot of like these really historic and beautiful churches, and the vibe of them is very, very different from what I'm used to, because most of what I'm used to is like a little decrepit Baptist church or
Mhm.
a massive mall mega church. And really there, like the only type of churches you've got are like the big, beautiful Catholic cathedrals, or you have
Yeah.
the little church plant in a nightclub, and that's it.
Yeah. Like, did you notice around like our neighborhood, there's a few little
I did.
kind of hole in the wall, like restaurant size churches.
Yes, I did. And
Yeah.
I've done a few
But
like
yeah, it's like either that or the like huge Lutheran, Episcopalian, or Catholic, giant, beautiful cathedrals.
and that's it. Those are the only type of churches there, and there weren't even that many.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, which there's not like a, I mean, there's a good amount of those, but it's like crazy that there's more in such a smaller populated area. Like Shelbyville has like how many churches? Even Simpsonville, where we worked, that one church, there was like 5 churches in a 1 block radius.
Yeah, you walk out on the street and you're like, Simpsonville Baptist.
Yeah, and that town had like 200 people.
I know. And they're like, we got to do outreach. I'm like, to who?
Yeah, to who? The horses? Who are we gonna reach to? You know, we're just gonna steal somebody else's church member, I guess. That's what it is.
Well, that's all that happens here is like,
Mhm.
with the big mega churches and stuff, they just take people from other places.
Yeah. No, I feel like that is where most of the church growth comes from, definitely.
Which this can be a topic for conversation of like where we think evangelicalism is going. But again, sorry, I'm off topic again.
No, you're good. Yeah.
I think we're gonna see a lot of consolidation.
Oh yeah.
So think about it. When the boomers die off and and you start having like the Gen X get old, I think a lot of these small churches are gonna close. Because just for example,
True.
First Christian Church of Wilmington up in Illinois, it's mostly the elders financially supporting the church. Guys in their 60s and 70s and 80s. They're writing the big checks and they're writing the big money. And I really respect them for giving what they do to something they believe in and supporting.
Mhm.
You know, they're doing some good outreach stuff. You know, even though I don't believe in God really anymore, they're doing some good things for the community with that. But that type of church will not be financially viable as soon as that money stops coming in. It just can't operate.
Yeah.
So all these
No,
mega
totally.
churches
I
are going
mean-
to swipe them up.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you've been on the seen all the different new churches of directionally influenced church. I know we said their name. I just love that title though that you came up with. Directionally influenced megachurch.
I'm sorry.
But they have like lots of like subsidiaries, and I feel like they've been kind of swiping up a lot of churches too. You know, churches that are struggling or that don't have the finances to go on. They've been like, hey, like become part of us. And sometimes they'll do they'll like financially support them, but they'll be their own thing, but kind of together. And sometimes they'll just like scoop them up as a new campus. But no, I mean, I agree. I think you're right, because global attendance is down or national attendance is down. And so, yeah, like what are they going to do? I mean, I don't think there's enough room for there to be 5 Baptist churches on one block anymore, because there's 20 people. So you can't spread those out over 5 churches.
I think you're absolutely right. I'm very interested to see where it goes. And again, back to New York.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we didn't. You wanted to visit Hillsong? We didn't do that.
Yeah, no. I want to see who they replaced Old Lentz with.
I know. I mean, I'd be interested in at least. Like, I don't even know if I want to waste a Sunday on it, but I do want to just see what they're doing. Like, I've never been to a Hillsong service. I think it would be interesting to go and look at it, just to see what the building is and to see what the service is like.
We could have went.
We could have went. I know. I'm sorry. If you were here for like a week instead of a weekend, I would have. But we wanted, we needed to make the most of the time that you were here, because it was just like 3 days.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh man, I'm bad. Gina, you see, there's another scandal with Hillsong.
I don't think so. I mean, I saw, I think Brian Houston was like accused of or convicted of something else. Maybe?
Yes.
But is that it, or is it something else?
It has, sorry, I hear someone talking. Must be outside my window. Anyways, I was like, who the heck is talking right now? They're having a financial scandal now. Like what their money is being spent on, which was kind of an underlying factor of all the other ones. But they got they're getting a Australian state government audit to see if they're gonna revoke their tax exemption.
Good. Oh shit. No. Okay. Yeah. Where I've seen this is, do you follow Janice Legata, or God Has Not Given, on Instagram? Shout out to Janice, go follow her. She's incredible. She was featured in the Hillsong. What was that episode that we did? The documentary that we did an episode on, whatever that was, the Hillsong documentary. She was featured in there, but her Instagram page, God Has Not Given. She was going through a lot of those financial documents and like showing some of the stuff. There was like random like multi-$1,000 bonuses for nothing to like all the Houston kids. Like charities I think that didn't exist or something. Like like
that's
bullshit.
That's
stuff.
what they were talking about, is they were just being like, hey, here's $34,000 as a one-time gift to this random person for this random thing. I'm like, that's a lot of money.
Like, that's so much money.
How much is that watch worth? Oh, the church bought you a $10,000 wristwatch? Why?
Dude, I know. And then they have the audacity to preach on the passage where Jesus is talking about the old beggar woman who throws in her 2 coins, where 2 denarii or whatever she throws in, and the rich guy dumps in a bunch, but it's only like a little bit of his income. They preach on that passage, guilting especially old people, especially old poor people, honestly.
On Social Security, whatever.
They're like, you should give all your Social Security. Like,
oh god.
I've seen like not Hillsong, but I've seen like some churches disciplining their members for tithing on their net income rather than their gross income.
No.
No, I saw that like I think on Twitter or something, and someone posted like a letter, like an email that they got from their church that was like, you're actually in church discipline because we've noticed that you're tithing on your net income, but you should be tithing on your gross income.
Church home.
And people can say that that's like shit theology, but still, like, it happens.
It is shit theology. Church Home, Judah Smith's church had a class action lawsuit right now for legally for requiring their staff members to tithe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because they just pull the 10% out of the checks.
Damn. Yeah. No, I feel like churches like Southeast and like other mega churches like that, they probably don't require it like that. They definitely don't like pull it out of your check.
No.
But I think it's very strongly encouraged. And they're like, we know how much you make. It's
You're
like,
not going to get a raise if you don't do it.
Yeah. It's like they don't legally force you to get to tithe, but they force you to tithe by coercion,
Yeah. But I've heard of there's people who I graduated with who work at churches who do that. I actively know them.
Really? That you do that. Take it out of their paycheck, or that force them to be on staff.
Multiple places.
Damn.
I don't even care. North Side over in Clarksville or New Albany.
Yeah.
They require it.
Wow.
Take out straight out of the check, baby.
Damn.
So.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at just on that topic. Donnell Wrights on TikTok. He makes great content about the church and deconstruction and stuff. And he's a seminary student, like believes in God and everything. But he was posting some videos about Pastor Mike Todd.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? It's like some kind of stupid name like Victory or Freedom Church or one of those.
Dude, that guy's all over.
One of those weird action verb names. Yeah, no, and like I commented that on the TikTok actually. I commented that on his TikTok. I was like, this dude is like one of the worst offenders on Preachers and Sneakers. And Donnell Wrights was posting tons of just some clips of him like so hard like guilting people into tithing, using that parable of the woman, like basically saying like, if you don't have food to eat, give to the church first. That type of shit.
I hate
And I'm like, dude, you bought $20,000 sneakers. Like, shut the fuck up. Do not tell people to give their money when you're spending more than like he's probably spent more on clothes than most of his congregants make in their entire life.
Dude.
And spending it on clothes directly from their tithes. Like, how can you do that? I just. I don't get it. It's those type of people that I don't think are legit. I think that they are completely abusing the power, Yeah. I think they're knowingly abusing and they don't care.
You're so right, dude. Mike Todd was like the last 5 posts on the page. Mike Todd.
Yeah.
Fuck this guy.
Like, yeah, how much are those on those posts?
Oh my God.
They gotta be so much, right?
Well, the problem is he's got the coordinated fit. So the hiker boots are like $750. And then his denim shirt is $700. And his denim skinny jeans are $630.
Damn.
I'm like,
damn.
It's that off-white whatever. Oh, and then Mike Todd in the another one recently had Nike Air Force One lows off-white that were like $1,600. Like, oh my God. And it was just a gift though, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure it was.
Just a gift.
Sure. Yeah, it was a gift from the congregation. Tithe bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I don't even know. But yeah, that stuff makes my blood boil because it's like I feel like it's very similar to those viral, or not viral, but those like phishing email campaigns, or the people who message on Facebook like old widowed women and are like, hey, I really like your stuff. I want to start up a relationship with you. Like there's not like a sexual relationship, but like it's like a popular scam where they will target old lonely people, convince them that they're a real person, and they'll message them through Facebook Messenger and say like, I'm in the army. I just like got honorably discharged because of an injury. Like I need, $3,000 to fly back home. Can you wire that to me? And like, to me, that's the exact same scam, honestly. It's like the old people scam where they are trying to get a relationship with them in order for them to give them money, and the megachurch pastor that's trying to get a relationship with them and God in order for them to give more money. You know, it's like it's the same thing. It's just it's abominable. I don't know. It's a weird word to use, but
No.
any bad word you can use, like, man, it's just awful.
That's accurate, though. I think it is abominable. Well, I'm out of New York stuff unless there's anything else you'd like to share about it.
Yeah, no, sorry. Like, yeah, this took a lot of turns. I mean, this is not specifically New York, but I think we talked about a lot of cool stuff adjacent to it.
Yeah. Don't know what we're gonna title this episode.
I have no idea. No, but I was like super excited again about your visit and like so fucking surprised. I was so shocked. So yeah, huge surprise. So thank you again for doing that and pulling it off.
I
It was
love
really
you,
sweet of
Collier.
to surprise me and to like even think of me to come up here when you had the flight opportunity. So that was awesome.
Yes, I love you, Collier.
Loved it. Yeah. But no, I mean, yeah, New York's really cool. The funny thing is, like you said, I think one of the misconceptions is that people think it's like this liberal haven or whatever, and like crazy leftist or liberal woke nonsense or whatever. Honestly, I think New York has like a ton of Republicans, a ton of. It's very diverse. It's just it's a very diverse place. You got every type of perspective and possibility is represented in a large numbers here. I mean, I haven't been, but from what I've heard, like Portland is more of like that liberal type of place where everyone's like super liberal. New York is like, you got a lot of liberal people and a lot of the businesses are, but the people of New York are like very diverse. So if you talk to people on the trains, I don't know. They definitely might not be liberal. They might not be Democrat. There's a lot of people represented here. Like if you look at the county map, there's like a lot of reds and lots of blues. It's not a straight blue place, you know?
Donald
So
Trump.
yeah, I mean that was a
City.
misconception I had. Yeah. No, totally.
So, well, any media recommendations that may be New York exclusive or adjacent? I got one.
New York exclusive or adjacent. Okay.
A band.
go ahead.
I don't think I've shouted them out before. Talon and I are on a big hook on them right now. They're called Balin, Bailen. They're excellent.
Okay. Yeah.
They play almost like, imagine like bluegrass without the twang is the best way I could describe it. It's just like acoustic-y type music. Yeah, just listen, you'll know what I'm talking about. They're super good. And then one of my other favorite bands is from New York, Lawrence. And
oh yeah, they're from New York.
They're from New York. And the older brother of the Lawrence, it's Clyde and Gracie Lawrence. Clyde is producing the newest Jonas Brothers album.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh. This isn't a media recommendation, but another thing about New York. Thursday, I am like 99% sure I saw Marissa Tomei walking down the street.
Oh, Talon like told me that in passing. I'm like,
yeah.
who'd they see?
I was like, no, I mean, she was really short. Looked it up. She's 5'3", so I think it was her. But I was like, I mean, she's wearing like a big coat and like carrying some stuff. But I was like, oh my God, it looks exactly like Marissa Tomei. I mean, she lives, I think, in Brooklyn, and we were like in the East Village, which is a really nice area.
Never know.
So I am so positive that I saw her. Yeah.
You saw a MILF in real life, Collier?
I know. Yeah. How did that happen? I know. Let me see.
It doesn't have to be in New York, but
With New York. So I mean, I think this band is actually from Brooklyn, but I've shouted out Mama before. Their new single "Bang Bang" is killer. It's a really good song.
Yeah.
It's about really good sex, I think. Is what they've said, and it's really good. It kind of gives me like some of those like 2000s alt rock vibes. Sort of like a Scott Pilgrim or like the Freaky Friday band, like that type of vibe.
Yep.
It's an incredible song. So yeah, you should definitely go look it up for sure.
Oh yeah, I saved it. Yep.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I'm not sure of any other New York specific ones, but that's a recommendation. I don't know if I have any other media recommendations specifically. Trying to think back to what media I've consumed lately. Not much else, but yeah, that's a good one. It's definitely a good one. Yeah. I mean, that's it for me with media, I think. Well, speaking of what I brought up earlier, Janice Legata, she's New York based, and she's got a podcast that's really good. Let me remember what it's called. She's got a couple of them. So one of them is called God Is Not Given, or God Has Not Given. There's another one called Bad Words Podcast, which is really cool. It's kind of talking about like I don't know, like a lot of hot takes and like kind of topics that are not often talked about in church and stuff like that. So it's a really good one.
We love a hot
cool.
take.
Yeah. No, definitely check that out. It's a good one. But yeah, no other New York recommendations. I mean, except for Taylor Swift, that she's New York based, most of the time, flying in her private jet here to New York.
Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York. Well, what's this episode going to be called, Collier?
I have no idea. Damn, I don't know, man. I mean,
think about
we could
that.
do like, we'll think about it. Something about wandering.
Yeah,
Something about.
I don't know.
No idea. No idea.
Harlem wandering. I don't know.
Yes. Harlem Globe wandering.
Yep.
Trotting. Whatever. Yeah.
Well,
no, sweet man. So, yeah, we will be back again soon. So check us out. Follow us on Instagram and on TikTok and Twitter.
And give us a good review on Apple Podcasts.
Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. Interact with us there, please. We would love your interaction. We sometimes do story polls or questions. So please, give us some interaction. We have 20 people that look at our stories and 2 people that respond. So please add your name to that list of people that respond to our stories.
Yep.
And yes, review. At least some segment of people, at least 7 people, I think, between Apple and Spotify have review bombed us with 1 star because they hate what we're doing. So just if you're listening to this, just click the little 5-star thingy by your podcast star rating place and give us a 5-star review because that's cool of you, that'll help us bring up our average.
If you hate us, I would prefer you just DM us and tell us why you hate us rather than review bombing us, please, because we're good at our niche.
Yeah. If you hate us, hey, maybe we'll have to call with you,
Yes!
Talk.
That's a good idea.
We're cool to talk. We don't have to do it. I mean, we could do a podcast.
Let's do a podcast episode with someone who hates us.
If you hate us, DM us. We would love to talk to you.
Yes.
That'd be cool.
Yes.
We're open.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bro.